Well, as promised, we've got Mr. Stevens with us, Derek Stevens. Last year when I came down in the sports book, you had your copy, so I went out and bought my own. $9.95 in the gift shop, not bad. But we appreciate you, man. First of all, thanks for everything you're doing for Bronco Nation News, and we were down here for the media days a couple weeks ago. Had a lot of fun with that in this same area, and now we're here for the contest weekend. So appreciate you, sir. And how are things going?
All good. We're actually. We're real excited about this weekend, putting this all together. One big contest sign-up weekend. So we've got all types of events. I love what this Radio Row looks like. I mean, this is kind of what we're prepping for with Super Bowl in Vegas here in January coming up, or February coming up. We're excited about this weekend. The number of people coming into town to sign up to the football contest is going to be epic. It'll be the largest sign-up weekend we've ever seen.
Yeah.
And so far, we're pacing really at a level on Circa Survivor. We feel real good. We bumped up our guarantee from $6 million to $8 million. I think we're pacing pretty well there.
Which Mike Palm told me, he said that you're crazy for doing that. You just keep raising it up every year, but
yeah, well, we pushed that one up, know, and I think we're gonna set the all-time. Well, we're certainly gonna set the all-time football contest record for the biggest payout. So I think we're gonna go over the $8 million, and then on Circa Millions, we're getting there. It's going to be close. There might still be an overlay. I don't think the overlay is going to be as big as last year's $1.4 million overlay, but we're going to get closer to that $6 million guarantee, and I think that's really where the value is. I think a lot of people this weekend coming in, are making a determination. They're going to play in the millions, and then they're going to play Circa Survivor, and they may or may not have one or two additional picks, and they're going to play the value play. And I think the value play is in the Circa Millions this year.
Now, somebody asked me this, but you guys don't take a rake. You don't take a penny. You said you're even risking being on the losing end if you don't hit that. What is the reason for that? Is it just to get marketing out, to get people to come in, and why not take any kind of cut when it comes to this?
Well, I mean, here's the gaff. I mean, this is the reason is that a few years ago when we started this up, Circa's a brand new property, and we felt really going after the football contest industry was something that we felt would match up with us, with the world's largest sports book, Stadium Swim, which you've been at. We kind of thought that meshed with the regulations in the state of Nevada, and that is that you're allowed to play from anywhere in the world, but you have to sign up in person, which kind of matches up with what we're to. So here's the whole gap. I mean, because people ask me this question all the time: why would you do this? Why would you spend so much time? The whole gap is, hey, you gotta show up. You have to show up on property. You got to sign up. And our thought is, once you come in, maybe you're gonna want to buy a beer. Maybe you're going to want to stay in the hotel someday.
Yeah.
Maybe you're going to want to get a cabana at Stadium Swim or buy a booth in the sports book. So for us, this is really about, opening up the opportunities for people to come see our property.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we get to develop some new friends and some new customers going forward.
Well, Bronco Nation News is entering both contests, and I've actually got two listeners that the last couple of weeks been talking about coming down here. I told people, hey, we'll sign you up. So I got two other entries from some listeners so we can say that your advertising, your marketing deal is certainly working up in Boise, Idaho, because we're signing up 4 entries with our group, and we're looking forward to that. And I just told Aaron, though, we got to get a couple extra hats. One of the guys splitting the entry, and he said, we need the extra hats. I don't know if you know somebody, but if we can get an extra Survivor hat, I'll even buy it if I have to.
But you made a pretty good pitch here. I mean, I understand if you're helping out somebody else, but you're with all the right people. You've been here enough, BJ. You kind of know what's going on. So
we do have some nice comments, by the way, Derek, coming in on our YouTube chat for you. Mike says, I will stay at your place next trade show because you are supporting BJ and Bronco Nation News. Thank you,
Mike. Thank you very much. I appreciate you saying that, and I've really enjoyed my opportunity here to meet a lot of listeners, a lot of people that watch Bronco Nation, and I really appreciate you making that comment.
Yeah, Dayton says thanks as well. Doing great things because of sponsors like Circa. I know we're hoping to do it again this year. We did the private jet contest where we gave away a trip for 2. You were joking, why are we stopping at a private jet? Let's fill a whole 737 and get folks down here. But we're going to hopefully do that again for a basketball game or at least a weekend down here, maybe to watch some football. Excited for that, and that was a lot of fun last year. And I know you met Matt Bauscher and a couple of folks. He's a big time sponsor of ours as well. We ate at Barry's, and it was a phenomenal meal. I mean, there's just so much to do here, and it's funny because I actually know the buddies from the St. Louis station that are here, and I saw them last night, and I've been hearing them on their show that I listened to talk about their first time coming down here, and they went to Barry's last night, and I heard them say it was one of the best meals they've ever had. So, although I didn't have time, I got the breakfast at Saginaw's, and I haven't even had time to eat it yet. So the omelet, I'm trusting you. I assume it's good, but after the show, I'll have to warm it up somewhere and have the omelet. But I'm just curious, like the Circa Sports part of this, Derek. How did that? I know you're a huge sports fan. Was that always the plan when you built Circa? Like, or was which came first? I guess like the casino part or the sports part. And now I think it was Kentucky that we just heard is now going to get Circa Sports, right? I saw there was another state that just got added recently.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we just did. I'll give you a condensed version. But
Okay.
I came to Vegas in 2006, bought a casino called the Golden Gate. In 2011, bought a casino called Fitzgerald's. That's what we turned into the D Las Vegas. And then in 2016, we started putting this real estate assemblage together. Demolished all 9 buildings, and we designed and developed Circa. So that when we opened Circa in October of 2020, what we did with Circa Sports was going to be our sports brand. We opened that in June of 2019.
Okay.
So we did that before Circa Las Vegas, before the resort opened.
Okay.
Because we wanted our team at that point in time, Matt Metcalf, Mike Van Erman, Chris Bennett, Jeff Benson, we wanted them to develop a team and be able to go through all the seasons before this property opened up. COVID hit, so things got through. We got thrown a little bit of a curveball. But that's kind of how it happened. So Circa Sports is our brand that we're trying to take out nationally. We run a little bit different model than maybe others that you would know. We run a low hold model, which means the model that we run is not optimal in every state. Like we have no desire to go into a state of Tennessee where you have a mandatory 10.5% hold.
Okay.
Hell, what
does that mean for folks that aren't familiar with the hold?
That just means that that just means that every wager that gets made in Tennessee, as a sports book, you owe 10.5% of it to the state.
Oh.
Well, our hold percentage is only around 3%, so it's a little bit different than maybe other well-known companies that are in the industry. Our model is a little bit different. Doesn't mean I'm down on DraftKings or FanDuel or MGM or Caesars, nothing like that. It's just our model is different. We're really made for bettors. We take big bets. And we believe that we give people better value. So that's really the big thing for us is if you compare our odds to another sports book, I think you're going to see we provide a lot of value to the sports gambler.
And we're hoping to set something up with the marketing folks. We were talking in one of the calls about Boise State's playing at Colorado State this year, and you guys have Colorado. You have the mobile app there in Colorado. That's one of the states you have. So we're hoping to maybe do an event and sign up some folks that are in town for the game or living in Colorado with the mobile app there. But it's Colorado, it's Illinois, or what?
Yeah. So we're up in Nevada. Obviously, we're up in Colorado. We've been up in Colorado for about 3 years. Iowa for a couple of years. We launch in Illinois shortly.
Okay.
We'll have a brick and mortar sports book there. In Waukegan, which is just north of Chicago.
Okay.
We'll launch there hopefully within the next couple of months. And then, it just became public yesterday that we got approved to be one of the first in the state of Kentucky.
So what is kind of the plan? I mean, I know you mentioned there's some states where you don't want to be in, but is the plan just to keep trying to get in as many states that it's allowable?
We certainly want to grow Circa Sports. I don't want to grow just for the purpose of growth. I want to grow where I think Circa Sports can add value to the better and where our model makes sense. So Kentucky was terrific. It had a number of unique nuances to sports betting, and that will be that'll be our fifth state, and we look forward to growing into a few more.
We did have a couple people that had a couple questions for you, Derek. I hope that's okay.
Sure.
Somebody wanted to know what is the overall percentage that players win versus the house? Maybe you don't want to give all the secrets away, but what percentage of players actually come to a casino and leave with more money than they came with?
Well, there's no real direct way to answer that. But what I can tell you is that sports betting, if I had to select one area, people that bet sports, the percentage of people that come to Las Vegas and they bet sports predominantly and leave, they have probably the highest percentage of general Las Vegas visitors. I would say individuals that maybe come in for, let's say, a 3-day weekend, and they're clocking, let's say, 10 hours a day on the slots. That's a pretty tough deal unless you hit a jackpot early or a jackpot late. So I think it really depends upon what you play. If you're a baccarat player, if you're a full odds dice player,
Sure.
your odds are a little bit better. But I really can't tell you. Like 48% of the people that come to it's really individually dependent.
More casinos keep getting built, so in the end, something's going right for the casinos. Because
I would say the one thing I think it's important for people to also notice. There's a lot of people, different mindsets that come to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And this doesn't mean something bad, but there are a number of people that have no intention of winning.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean something bad. I mean, I've met a lot of people that say, we saved our money. I'm coming out with my spouse. We're looking forward. We want to do a little bit of shopping. We want to have a great meal every night. We want to have some great drinks. We want to enjoy an experience.
Yeah.
Could be Legacy Club or Stadium Swim or a sports book here. Could be at some other place, downtown or on the Strip. And they're looking at this as as an element of an entertainment budget. I mean, we all know. Think about what it takes to take out your family and go get good tickets to a concert nowadays, or good tickets to a sporting event. I mean, it's not cheap to go watch the Lakers play. It's not cheap to go watch the Denver Broncos play. I mean, you're going to go with 4 people. You're going to be in a grand easy.
Yeah.
And you might be talking about hotel rooms, other things like that. So there's an element for people that come to Vegas that this is just, they have no intention of necessarily winning. It's just part of the overall experience. On the other hand, you got people coming in with full vigor that's all about, am I leaving with $1 more than I came in with? So there's a broad range of psychologies when you come to Vegas.
I have the money budgeted. I bring the cash, and I just expect that I'm going to lose it. And I just say, this is the money I'm going to lose on this trip. And if I come back with any of it, I count that as a win, even if it's way less than I came with. But another question here was, how does let's see, Nate says, how does one become a handicapper for a sports book? Everyone thinks that's like a dream job to make lines. What's that background?
Okay, I think there's a couple things. Let's talk about jargon. You've got traders, you've got bookmakers, and you got line makers. If we're going to focus on Nate, we're going to talk about making a line. I'm going to tell you someday, maybe when I run into you down at one of the bars, I'll introduce you to a couple of our guys that make lines, that make numbers. The way it works is one of our younger guys, they generally get to work with a more senior guy, and then they get to work with the sports supervisor. So we have a specialist in, like, for example, we have a specialist in golf. We have a specialist in NASCAR. We got a specialist in college football, pro football, baseball. And then it cascades down to multiple supervisors in a sport. Then it cascades down to other analysts. And a lot of it comes down to being comfortable with numbers, and you got to love a sport, because there's nuances that, you're not going to teach a math guy that's never watched baseball the nuances of setting baseball lines and knowing, it's a big difference of who's on the bench today. It's a big difference. I mean, massive, like, for example, overnight last night, what a huge change. What a huge change the Angels have had, with Ohtani and the Trout news. So, so you have to love the sport. Then you got to be good at math, and then you basically have a mentor where you put your arm around somebody, and then they kind of help you out understanding how you hang a number.
Well, last question, because I know you got some other interviews you got to get to, but we met just randomly through a direct message on Twitter. You're still a guy that can be seen kind of just hanging out at the bar, talking to folks. Now you got a little bit of security, a little bit of help. You're obviously, but you still, I think enjoy that just being one of the people aspect. You're available. Folks want to come up and say hello to you. And that's very rare, I think. I don't know how many casino owners are just hanging out down at the bar a couple nights a week. What is it about just the properties you have and wanting to still be seen and be visible, and you're on social media some, and you're at a lot of these games and stuff and hanging out around the casino? I mean, it's just a, David was telling me, I saw him the other day, he said, welcome home. And I kind of thought for a second, I said, I do kind of feel like I'm home here. You guys just make it so friendly. Everybody from the janitor to yourself is friendly to talk to and says nice things. And I just wanted to, I guess, first thank you for continuing to believe in what we're doing here, and that it's hopefully returning an investment for you guys. But just in general, what is it about just the feel-good vibe here and atmosphere that makes people want to come back? And I think I start at the top with yourself.
Well, I would say, we designed a place where we want to hang out. I mean, there's no big business school study groups or anything else like that. We just designed a place that you want to hang out. I mean, if you like to have a few drinks, you like to hang around your friends, and you like to be, in a sports mecca and you like sports gambling, that's kind of what we designed. So that's why for all of us, after we're done working, we all like hanging around here because this is kind of what we designed. We designed the world's largest basement or something like that, however you want to call it. But we don't have to clean it up, and the beer never stops. So we have a lot of fun. So that's kind of cascades how we develop our team and things like that.
Well, it's awesome place. By the way, is Darren Banks the only guy? I know he scored 2 goals in one game, right, and then never scored again. Is he the only guy in NHL history that's done that? We were talking to him last night, and I was trying to figure that out.
That could be, 2,864 professional penalty.
He might have that biggest ratio: penalty minutes versus goals scored.
And he scored 2 NHL goals, both with the Boston Bruins.
But in the same game, right?
In the same game, and get this, it was a road game. And here's even the funniest story. This is behind the scenes. Do you know, like Darren Banks, 55? You can see his Twitter and all that.
Yeah.
Realize
works here, one of the executive hosts, right?
Executive casinos. Yep. What's amazing in that game, his jersey did not make it. He had to wear a replacement jersey. So in the 2 goals he scored, he doesn't even have it with his own number on it. It's unbelievable.
What number was that for that game?
I don't know. I don't remember. But the fact you hang on Banksy, he's a perfect example. What a great casino host.
Yeah, me and him and Tyler Mays last night. I might have had a little trouble waking up this morning in time for this show. We had it was a fun time down at Long Bar. But Derek, seriously, thanks a lot. Right. We'll see you tonight at the happy hour event. Looking forward to it. Hopefully sign some more people up for the contest, and really appreciate you guys, and best of luck with everything this year.
Awesome. Who's your proxy?
That is who is my proxy? I need to know. You set me up with the guy last year. It's the same guy. I forget the name. But,
all right, very good. That's the key thing for everybody to know. You don't have to live in Vegas. There's proxies here. They'll be able to get your picks.
I need to know who that is. That's a good question. Tom Carroll.
Oh, Tom. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Tom
Carroll.
One of
the biggest proxies.
I told him it's 100% legal, right? This is not just some wraparound. You have to sign up here, but you can go on and make your pick. I've talked to a couple people and like, I don't know about that. I'm like, no, it is 100% legal.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do 14 million this year, and I bet you 90% is with people from out of state.
Wow.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right.
Hey, thanks, Derek. Appreciate it.
Great to see
everybody.
We'll
let you get to the next interview there. Derek Stevens, the owner, CEO here at Circa Resort and Casino, Circa Sports. We appreciate him for stopping by. And again, we're going to set up some cool things with the Mountain West basketball tournament. We're looking forward to that. So hopefully you will make plans to join us for the Mountain West basketball tournament here at Circa Resort and Casino.